happen to narcissists when you trigger their biggest fears in life. If a narcissist doesn't say it outright, they'll expect you not to make a big deal out of terrible things they do. They will even get mad if you do. Hearing that their partner even wants to leave them could be very upsetting for a narcissist who always has problems with being left alone. When a narcissist is under a lot of stress, their problems with being left behind might get worse. In this case, they might act too angry, or they might act normally and love bomb you to make sure you won't leave them. This is only brought up to emphasize the point that narcissists' irrational fear of being left alone can be set off by things that seem totally harmless. First, I want to thank you for watching this movie. People who are too focused on themselves, especially narcissists, are actively sought out and focused on by this channel. If you've been watching my movies regularly, I want to thank you for your time and support. People who just join should really think about listening to this channel. Let's move on. Narcissists are very sensitive to being ignored by others, so this is one of the things they fear the most. In this video, I'll talk about some of the things that can make this fear come true. People can feel powerless and miserable when they are abandoned, whether they are leaving someone behind or being abandoned. Narcissists are always on edge because they don't want to be turned down. Narcissists believe that they are not lovable or worthy of care because of this. They will do everything they can to keep the odds in their favor, so you can count on that. When their first attempts to trick, lie, and control people don't work, they try even more of the same. They sneak up on people and hurt them, thinking that no one will ever find out. One great example is when you stop talking to the narcissist altogether. In the narcissist's head, this sets off internal alarms. Once they know you don't care about them or the relationship anymore, narcissists will do anything to keep you around. This is because the narcissist would rather get rid of the bad things or people than be left alone. Even though they don't care about you at all, they would rather not have the same thing happen to them by your hands. If you tell a narcissist that you think they have problems with being left alone, they might lash out or start love bombing again. You could also say that it starts something. Best guesses are the only way to figure out which answer will work. They will likely attack you if they see any signs that you aren't sure what they're doing. If not, they won't change their strategy if they think this is working. If the first thing they tried didn't work, some narcissists would try something else, like showering you with more love and care. The narcissist will never forgive you or let you off the hook for anything you did that made them afraid of being left alone. Because of this, the narcissist will always be looking for new ways to hurt you. Most of the time, this happens out of the blue and is caused by gossip or being fired. Being kept waiting is a less well-known thing that narcissists find annoying. When they try to get in touch, this means ignoring their calls or texts, or not talking to them in any other way. Let's say you have to be late for a meeting because you have something else to do. Or if a narcissist is waiting for you to do something and you're taking too long to do it. People who are narcissists often get angry, worried, or restless in these settings. If you try to get close to some narcissists, they will immediately avoid you or stop talking to you. They do this to make you feel scared and guilty. Their goal is to make you feel bad about what you did and force you to fix it. One narcissist I know didn't even wait a minute longer when I went to see him. For the very important reason that he wasn't there when I got there, we had to reschedule our meeting and say sorry. How much a narcissist wants to please their target determines whether they would have waited for someone else or not. If they wait for you, it's not because they don't have anything else to do, but because they want to make a good first impression. If you wait too long, a narcissist might not act out right away, but they will find a way to get back at you in the end. That's still true even if they try to play down how bad things are. They're trying to trick you until they can corner you, at which point they'll tell you the truth. The narcissist might get even more tense if they think we're purposely keeping them waiting because we know they are sneaky. That's why they believe it's right to punish us when we do wrong. Giving up on a narcissist can be the worst thing that can happen to them. Depending on how close you are to the narcissist, the impact could be very bad for them. Ignoring or giving up on a narcissist is one of the worst things that can happen to them. Even though narcissists are afraid of being left behind, they don't want to work on getting over this fear. It looks like they either don't know that their ways aren't working or they don't care. It's important for narcissists to not have to answer to anyone or be held accountable for what they do. Someone who is a narcissist might get really angry if you don't answer their calls or read their social media posts. Even if you have a good reason for what you did, they will still be suspicious and think you aren't spontaneous. These things make their problems with loss even worse than they were before. It can be hard to deal with a narcissist, especially a covert narcissist who is passive-aggressive. You might not even be aware that they have already started to punish you and act badly toward you. Narcissists, on the other hand, pay close attention to everything, which is why I'm going to tell you everything I know. There are likely more movies on this channel that will answer your questions. I'd also like to know how narcissists felt when you took too long to answer their texts or didn't pick up the phone when they called. Send me a message if you have time and let me know what you've been going through with narcissists. To sum up, this is the only subject we'll be talking about today. Should you like this video and want to see more like it, please click the bell button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for seeing this movie. Hello everyone. Whether you're here for the first time or you're a familiar face, I'm delighted to welcome you. Your continued support truly means the world to me. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you never miss our daily insights and discussions. Today, we're delving into a topic that's both enlightening and empowering: the daily routines of narcissists during periods of no contact. But before we delve into the specifics, let's take a moment to understand what no contact truly entails. It's important to note that adopting a no contact approach isn't always feasible for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. We all have our unique circumstances, and the priority should always be to prioritize your well-being in a manner that best suits you. So, if you're not currently in a position to implement no contact, or if you're not yet ready to do so, that's absolutely fine, and I completely respect your decision. For those of you who have chosen to embrace no contact as part of your healing journey, you're taking a significant step toward reclaiming your life and restoring your self-worth. Today, we'll be exploring 7 common behaviors that narcissists demonstrate when confronted with the boundary of no contact. Whether you've already initiated no contact or you're contemplating it, this video is packed with insights to assist you in navigating this challenging yet transformative process. Are you prepared to dive in? Let's begin, and don't forget to engage with us by liking, sharing, and commenting below. Your active participation fosters the growth of our community and provides support to others on their path to healing. Ending contact with a narcissist is no walk in the park. It can stir up feelings of guilt, shame, and self-blame, making you feel responsible for everything that went wrong. It's a bewildering experience, especially if you're emotionally attached to them or feel bound to them due to past trauma. Going no contact can feel like undergoing withdrawal, akin to quitting smoking or giving up drugs. Your brain chemistry can play tricks on you, manifesting physical symptoms and plunging you into a state of discomfort. I've been there, so I understand just how challenging it can be to navigate this journey. However, sticking to no contact is crucial for extricating yourself from the chaos. Similar to how an alcoholic must steer clear of alcohol or a drug addict must avoid their substance, you must steer clear of the narcissist. Failure to confront your emotions and undergo proper healing may result in you falling back into the same toxic cycle. Opting for no contact is akin to erecting a shield to safeguard yourself. It's a recognition that the narcissist is unlikely to change, thus you must prioritize your own well-being. However, without a robust support system and a commitment to self-healing, you risk being ensnared in their web once more. Therefore, don't simply bury your emotions regarding the toxic relationship. Surround yourself with empathetic individuals who comprehend your situation and focus on finding constructive solutions. Additionally, ensure that you actively engage in the process of healing yourself. This way, you're not merely surviving, you're thriving. When you initiate no contact, the narcissist's initial reaction is to rally their supporters. They'll craft a narrative where you're cast as the villain and they're the victim. They'll distort the truth, embellish details, and conveniently omit anything that contradicts their storyline. However, it's imperative not to allow their manipulative tactics to undermine your self-worth. Their words hold no sway over your opinion of yourself. Instead, focus on nurturing a positive self-image based on your own perceptions and experiences. Next, they'll flaunt a new partner in front of you, aiming to inflict pain and provoke jealousy. Their intention is to shift the blame onto you, portraying you as the issue rather than acknowledging their own faults. However, it's essential to recognize that this behavior is all part of their manipulative game. Stay resilient and refuse to let it affect you. Fully commit to no contact by blocking them on all platforms, avoiding places where you might encounter them, and kindly requesting mutual friends not to divulge details about their life. This isn't about stooping to their level. It's about safeguarding your well-being and prioritizing your healing journey. Furthermore, anticipate the hoovering attempt. If you've successfully maintained no contact for an extended period, the narcissist may attempt to re-establish contact, even years later. They are persistent, yet often choose the path of least resistance. Instead of seeking out new partners, they frequently circle back to former ones, maintaining a mental roster of exes to hoover when the need arises. If you've upheld no contact for a considerable duration, prepare yourself for their efforts to reinsert themselves into your life. This typically occurs when their new source of attention begins to wane. Without fresh validation, they may attempt to reconnect with you. They may initiate contact subtly, perhaps with a text, hoping for a prompt response. If you've been suppressing your emotions without actively healing, you might be susceptible to their overtures. However, if you've prioritized self-care and blocked them across all channels, they won't be able to reach you directly. They might resort to contacting mutual friends or family, employing tactics of remorse or professing their love. In such instances, it's crucial to establish firm boundaries with these mutual contacts. Having supportive individuals who can shut down any attempts at reconnection is vital. Remember, there's no space for them in your life, no prospect of reconciliation, and certainly no place for a toxic friendship. Stand firm and maintain no contact for your own peace of mind. If you've encountered similar situations, share your experiences and advice in the comments section. And if you're grappling with these challenges, don't hesitate to seek guidance and support. If the narcissist manages to breach your no-contact boundary and successfully hoover you back in, brace yourself for a barrage of love bombing. This marks the beginning of the toxic cycle all over again, and it can be incredibly seductive, particularly if some time has elapsed. Many individuals find themselves ensnared in this cycle because they haven't undertaken the profound healing work necessary to break free. When they reconnect with you, They'll inundate you with love-bombing tactics. They'll assume the role of the perfect partner, reminiscent of the initial stages of the relationship. Their words will be sweet, their actions impeccable, and they'll lavish you with affection. It's easy to be swept away by this apparent dream come true, especially if you've been yearning for their attention. However, it's crucial to realize that it's all a facade. They'll make promises they have no intention of fulfilling and construct a false narrative of a future together. If you've let your guard down and neglected your healing process, you might find yourself falling for their charade. But remember, this phase is fleeting. Sooner or later, their true colors will resurface, and you'll once again become the target of their abuse. If you allow yourself to be drawn back into their web, you'll find yourself right back where you started, or perhaps in an even worse situation. Each return exacerbates the damage inflicted upon you. Before succumbing to their persuasive words and fabricated transformation, remind yourself of the pain that awaits you further down the road. If the narcissist's schemes of hoovering and love-bombing fall flat, they'll lie in wait, ready to pounce on your vulnerabilities. It's almost uncanny how they can detect moments of weakness. This underscores the importance of engaging in profound healing and recovery processes to break free from these toxic entanglements. Even if you've implemented no contact measures, there might still be lingering ties to those you're trauma-bonded with. Comprehensive healing and recovery initiatives can aid in severing these connections. If the narcissist fails to lure you back through hoovering or love-bombing, they'll bide their time, monitoring for instances when you're susceptible. They possess an innate ability to detect wavering commitment to no contact, struggles with withdrawal from love addiction, or periods of personal crisis. Seizing the moment, they'll exploit your vulnerabilities when you're at your lowest. Just because the narcissist has been dormant for a while doesn't signify surrender. They could be awaiting the opportune moment to catch you off guard, particularly during a personal crisis. They may attempt to portray themselves as saviors, but their intervention only exacerbates matters. Their tactics in exploiting your vulnerabilities are predictable. If they can't manipulate you directly, they'll resort to tarnishing your reputation through a smear campaign. In the intricate game of manipulation, a smear campaign stands apart from the narcissist's initial strategy of garnering allies by casting themselves as the victim and you as the villain. It represents a more aggressive assault on your character. When they realize they can no longer control you because you're focused on healing and self-care, they resort to spreading lies and cruelty to tarnish your reputation. Enduring such an onslaught can be excruciating, especially in the early stages of your healing journey. However, through genuine healing efforts and the support of a robust network, you can fortify yourself against their attacks. Unable to directly manipulate you, the narcissist pivots to manipulating others' perceptions of you. They distort how people perceive, think about, and feel about you. Our aim should be to transcend this manipulation and remain unaffected, whether it's within family dynamics, workplace interactions, relationships, or friendships. It's disheartening to realize that some individuals project their own insecurities onto others solely to bolster their self-esteem. Yet, this is the game they play. While confronting such behavior may seem daunting, awareness and preparedness can bolster your resilience against their attempts to inflict harm. As we wrap up today's discussion, it's crucial to anticipate the narcissist's potential for revenge. Whether through smear campaigns or leveraging any control they have over you, narcissists may seek retaliation if they perceive their attempts to breach your boundaries have failed. It's imperative to proactively dismantle their power and shield yourself, as well as those you care for, from their vindictive actions. Remember, prioritizing your well-being isn't melodramatic. It's a necessary act of self-preservation. Taking preemptive measures to safeguard yourself is always prudent. As we draw to a close, I hope you found this information enriching. If so, please demonstrate your support by clicking the like button and sharing your insights in the comments section below. Your input is invaluable to us. I eagerly await our next encounter in the forthcoming video. Hey there, radiant souls. Welcome back to our realm of empowerment and self-discovery. Are you ready to shake things up and embark on a journey of reclaiming your power? Today, we're delving into a captivating topic that's bound to ignite your curiosity. Mastering the art of becoming an enigma to the narcissist in your life. But wait, this isn't about stooping to their level or seeking vengeance. Absolutely not. It's about regaining control and finding serenity along the way. Before we plunge into the depths of this discussion, if you're resonating with our message and eager to seize the reins of your life, don't forget to tap that like button and hit subscribe. Your unwavering support fuels our mission. And hey, share this video with anyone in need of an empowering boost. Now, let's unravel the mysteries. Today, we're unveiling the clandestine techniques to becoming unpredictable to the narcissist, all while reclaiming your inherent power. Trust me, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Let's embark on this transformative odyssey together. Now, let's set the record straight. This isn't about becoming the antagonist in someone's narrative. It's about reclaiming the essence of who you are. For far too long, your sense of self has been overshadowed, manipulated, and controlled. It's time to liberate yourself. Today, we're discussing the final step in your journey to self-reclamation. This is what will propel you forward and elevate your existence. Becoming a source of turmoil for someone isn't about seeking retribution, especially not in this context. Allow me to elucidate. Engaging in a battle of wits with a narcissist only perpetuates their game. They're accustomed to individuals attempting to outmaneuver them, and they relish in it. They provoke reactions because it feeds their ego and validates their control. But here's the kicker. Reacting means you're not staying true to yourself. You're allowing someone else's actions to dictate how you behave. That's not our style. What we advocate for is responding, not reacting. It's about crafting a response that aligns with your authenticity. So if someone says or does something unworthy of a reply, then don't give them the satisfaction. Don't let their actions pull your strings. Reclaim your authority and react in a manner that resonates with your core values. Pause and ask yourself, does this situation or statement truly warrant my engagement? This is how you establish boundaries. This is how you seize control and steer the narrative, not in the manipulative manner of a narcissist, but in a manner that places you at the helm. You lead by staying true to yourself. Individuals of this ilk thrive on provocation. They relish the prospect of witnessing your instability or agitation because it reaffirms their perceived dominance over you. They're well versed in which buttons to push, reveling in the power they wield by doing so. You become their worst nightmare when your reactions become unpredictable. That's how you fortify your resilience. That's how you transform into someone they can't manipulate. Allow me to elucidate the psychology behind this phenomenon. When a narcissist strategizes their next move, it's akin to scripting a theatrical performance in their mind. They possess a clear vision of how they want events to unfold, meticulously orchestrating each detail. Their focus is unwavering, driven by the pursuit of a predetermined outcome. This is what I mean by control. They're acutely attuned and poised, relentlessly working towards their desired endgame. And you're left groping in the dark, clueless to their hidden agenda. Let's say they're itching to head out because they've got another person waiting in the wings, right? They're meticulously choreographing the entire day to ensure everything goes off without a hitch. They anticipate your barrage of questions and potential attempts to dissuade them. So, they embark on a mission to throw you off balance. They might kick off the day on a saccharine note, spending quality time with you, perhaps indulging in lunch or a leisurely shopping spree. Then, out of left field, they blindside you with the bombshell revelation that they need to step out. They're fully aware you won't be thrilled, so they might provoke a quarrel, inflict emotional distress, anything to distance themselves from you. It's as if they're pulling strings to manipulate your reactions because their desire to venture out reigns supreme. And ultimately, they'll storm off, leaving you emotionally battered and bruised. It's all about their desires, disregarding your thoughts entirely. That's just how they operate. They've already mapped out the endgame and will manipulate every twist and turn to achieve it. It's a twisted game, but that's their modus operandi. So here's the scoop. When you become an enigma to a narcissist, it throws them off their game. They're unable to foresee your next move, and that's when you morph into their worst nightmare. This can be advantageous, particularly if you've extricated yourself from that toxic entanglement, but still find yourself needing to interact with them in some capacity. Or perhaps you're gearing up for a court battle with them, and you're aiming to keep them on their toes. Embracing unpredictability hands you the advantage every single time. Even if you're still ensnared in the relationship, adopting an unpredictable stance can serve as your compass toward an exit strategy. It's about maintaining emotional composure and treating the situation like a savvy business negotiation. That's the winning strategy, not resorting to complete silence or implementing the cold shoulder, though those tactics can occasionally yield results too. It's about outsmarting the game and altering your approach. If you discover yourself consistently reacting to the narcissist's provocations or rhetoric, you'll remain ensnared in a perpetual cycle of reaction, perpetually feeling like a helpless target. But there's a method to reclaim your sovereignty. Take a step back and respond rather than react. By doing so, you preserve your independence and morph into an unpredictable force against the narcissist, rendering yourself a nightmare for them. Share this video with anyone grappling with similar challenges. It has the potential to spark a significant transformation. Grasping the intricacies of narcissistic conduct is pivotal in replenishing your vitality and breaking free from the cycle of perpetual reaction. Refuse to remain entrenched in an emotional abyss any longer. It's time to seize back your authority. Like, subscribe, and share if this message resonates with you or someone you hold dear. And always remember, you're not traversing this path alone. Explore the free book and one-on-one